I'm Orion Kelly, that autistic guy. Thought I might just check out some comments. This is what I do every day. Usually I just do it by myself, but I figured it'd be maybe interesting for you guys. So here's what it is. This is me going through my comments in the YouTube studio platform or whatever you want to call it, reading them, working out what I should respond or how I should respond or whatever. That's it. Maybe you just want to put this on, have it in the background as, I don't know, background noise. I don't really know. I haven't showered or shaved today. My hair looks like I've been in a bar fight. But this video isn't about that. This video is just about, hey, I'm going to check out some comments. I do it every day. You guys might as well watch it. So let's do that. And by the way, I'm not like screen sharing or anything, because it just becomes boring. It's like looking at a screen when you can just listen to me. So a video, listening to me, read comments. I do it every day. This time around, you get to watch me do it and hear me do it. Well said. Well said. Here we go. William comment about my video, New Autism Test. So that's the thumbnail. The video is called Autism Explained Differently. Take the new quiz now. Okay. I strongly agree with this video. I stopped the video and took the test so I would not be influenced by Orion's dead accurate responses. That's awesome. I got monotropism score 217 out of 235. Cool. That's a like. By the way, if you wonder why I like your comments and I don't always like put words down, is because I want to. I don't have enough spoons, energy, ability to as an autistic person, but also I don't think anyone physically would be able to respond in writing to every single comment they get. I guess some would if they have like no subscribers and no one cares about their videos and no one comments. That'd be easy. What am I trying to say? From my point of view, I get a lot of comments. That's amazing. That's why I try to read every single one of them and give them some sort of like or love or whatever. I'm moving on. Okay. What do we got here? Comment on my YouTube short. Yes, I did like a movie voiceover trailer guide, doing like a trailer for my book. That's me being the movie voiceover guide, me being me. And anyway, so got a comment. ALNQT replied with those emojis where it looks like you're crying or laughing or the both. So that's a like. All right. This is going to take a while. Welcome to my world, man. Welcome to my world. Now, this is like 5 minutes ago. Someone watched a live stream I did quite a long time ago. It was called Looking for a Ride to My Home Planet. From Natalia. Ditto, man. You're fine, laugh out loud. Technical crap happens all the time, but that doesn't mean that you suck. I always appreciate it when you share. I know it can't be easy all the time, but you've been consistent, and that's more than I can say about myself. Thanks for sticking it through. I would also like to say respectfully that you're very interesting and entertaining to watch. Thank you for all you do. You also have an amazingly awesome voice. I wanted to send some kindness to you, some love hearts and stuff. This is, instead of getting a like, this will get a love heart. Okay. I get a stack of comments on a video I did I feel like ages ago. How to spot autistic people. So it's like spotting autism in adults, common signs and traits. I often get angry at sudden noises, even after the noises stopped. I'm not necessarily afraid, but I'm unable to relax as though there is still a threat. My heart will be racing and I have to try my best not to be angry at whoever made the noise. It's not painful, it's not scary, it's just an incredibly uncomfortable energy from within that is hard to express or process because there's no reason for flight and nothing to fight. Yeah, I totally feel that. Like the movie trailer voiceover guy short again. Here's another one from Laurel. More smiling, or what do you call it? Laughing emojis. Like, thank you, Laurel. Lizzie, same movie trailer short. Love it. Thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate it. What's his comment about that, spotting autism? People really need to emphasize that autistic traits are also parallel with trauma or PTSD, especially for being in an emotionally, physically abusive household growing up. I don't know how to respond to that comment, so I just don't do anything. That's my vibe, if you're wondering. Another comment on the spot one. So, autism is just hyper selfishness. God. This is why I'm burnt out most of the time. Great comment, man. Here's the thing. Most of my philosophy. I'll read it. I'm not going to respond to it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, you moron. Obviously, it's whatever. Thanks, mate. Great comment. Thanks for commenting on my video and allowing it to get even more people to watch it. Well done. Asshole. A lot of people have been watching my Autism Explained Differently video, like the monotropism and the take the quiz, where you can actually take the quiz in the video and literally just copy pasting their score, which I think is really funny. Not funny in like a bad way. Funny is like, isn't it cool? Literally, here's my score, everyone. Have a look. They've written, is it Ellery's? They've put their score in and they've written, still do not get the focus on only being interested in a few things at a time. All knowledge all the time for me, no matter the subject. I think that's the part I always lose points on. Cool. Well, I need to like that. Okay. What we got here? A comment on a video, signs of autism in adults. So it's 20 autistic traits. It caused, so this looks like Ned. It's caused me so much self-hatred for so many decades. Now that I've recently figured out maybe I can ease up on myself. Like. This is on a comment on a short called Expecting Your Autistic Partner to Mask Takes a Devastating Toll. It's a shock at 64 years old to discover I even masked to myself. Had no idea it was ADHD and autism. I thought everyone must be doing it tough and chalked it down to coming from an abusive background. As I have all 10 ACS from childhood, so CPTSD on top of this. I feel like I must be talking another language as I'm living rough, no power or water, on pain and seizure medication, and due to being rural, zero help, zero, it just isn't fair. I also can't drive, totally isolated, terrible system. Like, unmasking as an autistic person brings stigma and discrimination. That's another short comment from Brandon. Me and my kid deal with this on a daily basis. Feel you. Okay. Comment on a short on special interests of the lifeblood of an autistic person. Me, plays violin for nearly 16 years, been in many orchestras, and now studying to be a violin maker. Also, me, nah, I don't have a special interest. Like, all right, here we go. This is a comment on the Autism Explained Differently, the monotropism video, my most recent video from Spencer. Orion Kelly, that's me. I believe it would be fantastic if you collaborated with the Irwin family, aka the Crocodile Hunter, Australia Zoo, to explore the possibility of co-authoring a children's book that uses animal characters to help children understand autism. It's evident that many children with autism possess a special ability to connect with animals in a way that sets them apart. After all, who doesn't adore koala bears? They're not koala bears, they're just koalas. They're not bears, but I get what you're saying. Kangaroos and even the occasional cranky crocodile. Like, that's nice. Same video, the monotropism, another comment. I don't know who this is. Some Dizzy, maybe. Thank you for taking time to explain monotropism so clearly in your video, because I had come across the word before but didn't really understand it. First, I was like, that's not me. But once you explained more and I started the quiz, I was like, ah. And there you go. They've put their score in too. Learned a lot today. Thank you. My pleasure. Comment from Jennifer about a short on masking. We mask to survive. It comes at a cost. Living our whole lives pretending to be something that people will accept. Yeah. Another one on masking. Hashtag truth 100%. Cool. Late autism diagnosis. So we got here. Navigating late diagnosis for autistic adults. That's the video, the comment from Gary. Diagnosed just over a week ago. I'm 52. I've really struggled for the past 2 to 3 years and have done so much research into why I'm tired all the time. I've had sleep studies, which have found that I have severe OSA, more blood tests than I can remember, hospital admissions, and been sectioned 3 times. I stumbled across the idea I may be autistic, did online tests that suggested a high probability of autism. Then it was on to the struggle of being assessed and diagnosed. Anyway, reading this can no doubt relate to that struggle, the time it takes, the rejection, and finally the diagnosis. I came across this channel from the National Autism Society website forum. Oh, really? You found my channel from the National Autism Society website forum. Wow. Wow. And it's exactly what I need post-diagnosis. So thank you, Orion, for this video. So much resonates with me. Cool. Thank you. And thank you to the Autism Society. Expecting your partner to mask takes a toll. From Dusk, Horizon. Exactly. This is what cost my last relationship to fail. I understood these things not of myself and therefore behaved in ways which caused hurt to her. In the beginning, the masking was fine, but it was costing me more and more until the anxiety started to break through and depression and finally the autism burnout symptoms. I was not a fun guy to be around with anyone at the time. But now finally understanding that my autism gives me a lot of peace about the past and makes me finally understand that I've always was trying so hard to mask to fit in. Ironic is how you think, well, with the masking that you save people from your autistic drama, while in reality it causes the drama you try to avoid due to the stress that comes with trying to be neurotypical while you are not. That's cool. Like, a comment from Unconditional Love on my short I did on stimming and just my scalp. It sucks when you literally feel like you can't stop. I just try to be kind to myself when I notice a stim that's hurting me in the long run and practice stopping it. Yeah. God. Now, Billy are you right? You're on. You're on. We're live. Not live. That's not true. We're on. So shut up. A video I did on the importance of stimming for late diagnosed autistic people. OMG, I've just had my formal diagnosis at age 36 and I've always just thought I was weird to repetitively write out words that catch my attention on a surface or in the air. I do that all the time. I wasn't even sure whether to put it out on one of my assessment forms because I felt embarrassed and worried they'd think I was just making things up. You're not, mate. It's normal. Removing your autistic mask. Dangers of Unmasking, a video I did with Claire from the Woodshed Theory. There's a comment here from Shane. In terms of mourning the loss, I had the opposite thought yesterday. Not saying this is even possible, but if they're able to come up with a treatment for autism like they have for ADHD, then I really don't think I'd want it. I would be such a different person, and that feels too weird for me. Okay. A comment I did on how I was like hired to be the MC or whatever of that autism consultation session, and I pretty much like got kicked off, fired, whatever you want to call it. So a comment from Serga. I think that setting expectations at the beginning of the meeting was a good idea. That's what I was trying to do, and they didn't like the idea. They thought it was like on the wrong page. All humans are different and interact in their own unique way. I tend to be quiet in groups and feel like even when I try to talk, I'm not loud or commanding enough to be heard. I think maybe you're the opposite of me. You have big bursts of energy and a voice that can be heard. I'm sorry that you had a bad experience that you did. We need a lot of autistic voices to be heard, and that includes you. I'm glad you have this channel and are fighting for autistic people in Australia. Really everywhere, not just Australia. We need help here in the US for autistic people too. Well, I'm here to help as best I can. Navigating a neurodiverse relationship. Navigating a neurodiverse marriage. The videos I did with my wife, there's a comment here from Rebecca. My husband will fall asleep while I'm sharing with him. Well, why are you sharing with him when he's tired? So I know I have a max 3 minutes before he checks out, and I have to give him a topic, then schedule a talk 3 days from then so he has time to process the topic. It's exhausting. Okay, your comment's exhausting. Everything you've said is the reason. What do you want me to do? Oh, anyway, thank you so much. A video I did on high masking autistic women from American Baker. Thanks for this video. I am a high masking autistic woman, and you just perfectly described me. Oh, thank you. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, some of these are like, what is even the point? I don't even want to read them. There's a comment someone did on a video, and it's not even relevant. It's this 20 autistic adult traits. The comment is, I hate coffee. I can't stand walking down the coffee aisle because of how coffee smells. Now, I get the point is it's a smell thing. Okay, great. Thank you. The only texture problem I have with food, mushy food makes me gag. This puts me at odds with my mother, who will only eat carrots or vegetables cooked before because she can't stand raw vegetables. Okay, so this is from Scotty. Scotty, can I just say I respect everything you've said, and I actually agree with everything you've said. I am 1,000% with you, my friend. I'm 1,000% with you. I get the idea of smells being bad, and I hate mushy food, and it actually makes me gag as well. When you cook, I don't know, pumpkin, that squash, that kind of stuff, ugh. Sweet potato, ugh. And I actually like vegetables basically raw. I mean, if you could blanch them a bit, you can just heat them up, but I want them crunchy and fresh, and I agree with you. I couldn't agree more, in fact. Here we go. We're back on track. Oh my God, so many. It's great. I'm struggling just to read some of these. This becomes like a wall of words, man. Okay, here we go. A comment on the spotting autism in adults. I'm from, I don't know, Shanex, maybe. I've come here because my therapist has brought up autism. It happens a lot with autistic people, late diagnosed. I had no idea what was wrong with me, but it's taking over my life, ruling over me. This video just confirms the years and years I've struggled and put it down to other things. Okay. Comment on my understanding demand avoidance in autism video. PDA ruined my love for playing violin, which was something I was both insanely hyper-focused on and talented at. But as my parents were constantly reminding me to practice, this is the problem. I was pushed further and further away from wanting to play it at all. No different to when my wife was like, maybe you should go and do some content. It's like, you've told me to go do content. I'm not going to do content. It's caused an insane amount of tantrums in my childhood and a few episodes where I was close to breaking the instrument. That's awesome. That's very Kiss. End of the set. Glad I didn't, of course. And then I was constantly reminded how much of a waste of potential I was with my gift that I didn't nurture enough. Considering how much I loved violin and classical music, it made me really sad that I couldn't handle being reminded to work on my interest. At the same time, I was avoiding doing my homework. So all in all, I was avoiding everything. And in turn, that also caused a bunch of anxiety and stress. I really feel like I have actual PDA. PDA describes me so well. Cool. Why are autistic people's love languages so different? This is another comment. I can't even say the person's name. I don't know how to say it. I bet, but I appreciate the comment. I bet almost all of us choose words of affirmation as one of our main love languages. I know I need it to feel like I'm doing things right and not just guessing. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Okay. Signs of autism in adults video, 20 signs of autism in adults. Comment from Brongwin maybe, Browin, I don't know. These are traits autistic people may demonstrate. Not all autistic people have these traits. Thanks, Captain Obvious. I say that in every video. Like, in general terms, my experience, like, really? Wow. Thanks for the comment. Now I'm way more clear on my life. I mean, seriously. Nevertheless. Oh, man. This is the one video on a comment. Could you be autistic? The signs and traits of undiagnosed autism. From Black Adder, 1859. Cool. I know someone in my life who won't make eye contact, is nonverbal most of the time, definite repetitive behaviours over and over, and often ignores when his name is called. Oh yeah, it's my cat. Definitely autistic. The other female must have ADHD because at night she gets the zoomies and can't stay in one place at a time. I'm so glad that your videos helped me self-diagnose the two crazy cats that I live with. I mean, you know, Blackadder is a comedy series. Maybe that's a comedy comment. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to bring light on a real diagnosis for people who actually are autistic. Cats, you know, there's a like cats aren't autistic. Cats don't have Asperger's. It might be a funny book to some people, but it's just minimizing the actual daily impact of a medically diagnosed condition disability. So thanks so much. Your jokes are so great. And they mean so much to me. That's made my day. Thanks so much. No like from me. I was just thinking that this thing about people laughing at what I say doesn't happen to me, but just today it happened. I said something to a student and two other students laughed and said, that is not something to joke about. And I said, oh, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. And they started laughing again. And one of them said, that's even funnier then. that's another 20 autistic traits comment from someone else. It's common experience. Looking for a ride to my home planet. So more comments on a live stream I did a while back. Hi, Orion. Bullying has such a negative effect on everyone in the family. The bullies are heartless, pathetic, miserable individuals. Otherwise, they would not bully someone. Here in my apartment, I've been bullied by the neighbours for about 15 years. Wow, they make every evening noise to upset me. They make noise every evening to upset me. That is no accidental noise, but something that they literally produce. They know that I have big sensory issues. In other words, they're 15 years trying to upset me, so they would go into meltdown. And my guess is started some 15 years ago by the relatives of my former partner. Your videos are good and real. There is nothing wrong with real. Bullying is something for cowards and extremely hateful people. I know where I'm talking about. Like, well done. Demand avoidance comment from Alf. In my case, I feel when a demand is written in a much easier to accept because there isn't body language, voice tone, and facial expressions that I will also have to handle it only written information. I always did better with a post-it on the wall saying your room needs to be cleaned. Yep, totally get it. It's not, and you're right, there's no real emotion or it's not really coming from a person. So yeah, that makes sense. I like that. It's good. Another comment on 20 autistic adult traits. The getting exhausted after doing things is getting worse as time passes. The older I get, the more it happens, and I'm only 29. Yep, I understand where you're coming from. A comment on a video I did called Could You Be Autistic? Herminator, thanks so much for sharing your lived experiences in this topic. I learned so much from your discussion. You're welcome. Thank you. Demand avoidance. Alf, I feel seen. Cool. Winners end. Oh my goodness. At some point I'll stop. I'm getting very. At some point I'll be able to stop scrolling. Where's the end of? Oh my God! I can't do all this. This is not possible. It's still going. Come on, man. This is hundreds. No, not even hundreds. It's thousands. I'm still scrolling. I just want to see where I got up to last time, like yesterday. Can you just show me that? No, I can't get through all this. Oh my God. This is not achievable. No, this is not achievable. Even just to read them, to work out if I need to like them or not, is not achievable. I'm still scrolling. If you sent me a comment in the last couple of days, could I just blanket thank you? Like, I'm still scrolling. Oh, I'm starting to get really lightheaded. The hell is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I just reached it. No. All right. No. 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 Not going to work. It's just going to pile up more and more and more than one. Okay. mean, I love getting comments. I love getting comments. It's great to see them come through. It's great to read them. It's great to share them. It's great to, like them and stuff. But I'm just one person, man. I'm just one dude. I can't, I've just never realized it before that there's. So it's not that I don't want them. I love them. But this is intense, man. There's way more than normal, I'm pretty sure. Because I've never had to scroll that long. That was a ridiculous amount of scrolling. Anyway, I'm backing out. Yeah. There's not much more I can tell you about that. I'll tell you right now. It's like, wow. And that's not even the start of it, right? And then once you've cleaned out that, then you go to social. Anyway, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads, LinkedIn. Oh my goodness. Again, I love all that. I never realized it would be this overwhelming. So it's not like I don't like it. It's great. It's great to connect, but I never realized it would be this overwhelming, if you know what I mean. I never realized it would become this much. I never realized it would become this much, and it has. And now it's like, well, what do I do now? It's really interesting. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. And rather than, I don't think I can do anymore. Rather than going through more comments, maybe you guys can help me with, in a very specific way, help me with actual videos, right? Because that will take a lot of stress off my mind, knowing what you guys want. So, I mean, I always say this, but this is an idea. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. But if you do like it, then this is a video. You can put that in the comments, right? So, here's what we're going to do on this particular video. If you like this video, feel free to like it, right? But only comment on this video, please. Only comment on this video if you have a really personal, specific suggestion that you want me to talk about in a video. And in that comment, can you please give me some sort of blurb or summation of what you mean, right? So here's my topic idea, and here's what I mean, here's what I like, here's what I'm interested in or want you to talk about. Because then those comment ideas I can literally make videos out of, and that's amazing. And, if you like the video, you can like it and stuff. And then you're helping me. I'm reading your comments, but you're helping me, right? So I'm getting cool insights from you, and you're getting the comment read and heard and liked and all that kind of stuff. That would be really amazing. It's a thing, apparently. People comment on YouTube videos to comment on YouTube videos, or they comment on YouTube videos to be I don't know, be funny or rude or whatever. And either way, it's doesn't, anyway. So it just becomes, how do I get to the comments that actually, come from you guys that matter? How do I get through all that? It could take me 3 hours to get to your comment because I've got all these things. It's really interesting. Comments, YouTube is so bizarre. Anyway. Honestly, man, I just can't believe how many there is. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Again, I'm all for it. I love it. I love you guys. I love your comments. I'm just saying, I'm starting to work out. This is going to be. I mean, I've just gone back into the comments, to the top of the page, and it's no longer all the comments that I read to you and liked. It's refreshed to a whole heap of new comments. It's just snowballed again. Someone about my movie trailer, short about my book. Love this and your T-shirt. Thank you. Appreciate that. Divine Light, same one. This is fantastic. Again, I've wondered. I've struggled with being overstimulated noise control. I struggle severely with depression and anxiety, but I'm in sales. Hate it. So go figure. That's a comment on my high masking women. "20 autistic traits." Yeah, 90% of those I can relate to. The toilet one cracked me up. I had a video call with my psychiatrist yesterday. I rescheduled 3 times, ended up just taking the whole day off for this 10-minute call. Hated it, but it had to be done. Totally relatable. Totally get it. Another comment on my movie trailer short about my book, which is just ha, 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 ha. That's nice. Thank you. Let me just go to like all. And how do we even know if we are autistic, if we are undiagnosed? I went to a psychologist for a while, and every time I tried to tell her I felt different than everyone else and felt like there was something wrong with me, she would try to convince otherwise. I never told her I thought I was autistic because I fear what an actual diagnosis could mean socially, legally, etc. But at the same time, I want to really know who I am. It's not a bad comment. How do you know when you're undiagnosed? You don't know. But of course, you do know eventually because someone is diagnosed in your family or in your life, or you do some sort of research and there's this kind of level of self-awareness, self-diagnosis, and that's usually how it comes. So, I mean, I totally get that. I struggled with self-hatred before I was diagnosed. I couldn't understand why it seemed like I was failing at life. Now I have answers, and I'm happy to say I finally love myself after 35 years of being chronically suicidal. I'm happy to hear that. It's a love heart. By the way, I've just worked out a way to get through this way quicker. I'm not going to tell you who sent them or the video they're about. Let's just read them, and I think I can get through this quicker, but we'll still... Thanks for this. Not enough notice goes to the disassociation, depersonalization that can happen with long-term depression, burnout, and suppression of yourself, of your sense of self. We can end up trapped in our heads, and it takes years to feel like you have a real body again, even with the best support. There's a reason that the closet and long-term identity suppression are recognized to be devastating, directly increasing CPTSD and increasing suicide risk, among others. It's long-form gaslighting, a disconnect between your internal reality and the you are focused to present to the world, as they tell you what's in your head is make-believe, wrong, inappropriate, or whatever other excuses to impose conformity on your body and mind. It does not match what you would do if none of that pressure existed. Yep, 100%. The adult ASD services where live were worse than usual when I was getting support from them. I discharged myself eventually, as going to appointments was a waste of everyone's time. Staff at my supported living have suggested referring me, but I just don't trust that they can do anything useful, and the wait to be seen is around 10 months. Fair enough. One of my favorite parts of being autistic is constantly replaying past interactions with other people in my head to try and figure out if I was being an asshole or offended someone and how I could possibly recover from it. Oh, God, some of these are just crazy long. The longer the comment, the less chance I'm going to be able to read it all. It's not a disrespect thing. It's just I don't have, my brain's like, whoa, okay, I can't do that. Whitney's like always on live streams and stuff. So, hey, Whitney, if you're watching this, there's no way you're still watching this video at this point in time. But anyway, you've left a comment on my newest video, monotropism. Your comment is monotropism is a new term I learned this year and have found it fascinating. I scored 204. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Whitney. Oh, baby. Thank you for your videos. I would very much like to understand autism more. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm 48 and just went through the evaluation process with my oldest son. At the end of it, he was diagnosed ASD, which I expected after telling us that the doctor turned to me and said, Mr. B, you are also almost certainly on the autism spectrum, and I would encourage you to consider being evaluated yourself. Whoa, shocked. This was 3 days ago. I'm reading Unmasking Autism right now, and I cannot believe how seen I feel. I took the questionnaire. There's the score, 194. Hello, me. It's me. Nice to meet me. You. I can't believe I'm just learning all about this now. Cool. As a late diagnosed autistic person, this spells out my entire life. We're talking about expecting your partner to mask the short. I always knew I had to pretend to be someone else to survive. The real me was rejected over and over. I just started to realize that I wanted to keep up with everyone else. I would have to alter everything about myself to get along in life, and it worked. If you don't count the several times I went through burnout. Hubby just realised he's autistic, and I've known for a few years now that I'm ADHD. 2 different types of neurodivergence, 2 different types of masking. Both of us have been unpacking a lot lately. Absolutely. Another one on masking, the short about expecting your partner to mask. Yep, I even hide in front of my husband. I mask in front of him. After 13 years of marriage, I got a very hard shutdown meltdown. I got severely depressed and I'm barely coming out of it right as I'm typing this. He knows I'm autistic, yet when I ask him, please slow down talking, or if I talk slowly like I'm talking to a child, his words, he would always get very angry at me and he would get insulted and not talk to me. Not even a week ago, I told him I processed this slower. Catch up, douchebag. How much more does she have to say to you, mate? For goodness sakes, what the hell is wrong with you? My brain cannot pick things up that quick. I'm autistic. Go slower. I process things slower. Did he even get it? After these years, now he sees my true autistic self that I've been hiding from even myself. I don't even know that the true me, much less him. So yeah, sleep and zero stress is key. I love you. Please take care, autistic peeps. Well, thank you that's for that comment. I really do appreciate it. And for the sweet love of Jesus, to your husband, for God's sakes, mate, can you just catch up? Is it that hard? Is it that hard? If you can't do this for your wife, who? I'm reading these out in my head. I forget to read them out loud sometimes. I'm sorry. From Kelly, still struggling with accepting diagnosis, can totally relate. That's about expecting your partner to mask. So this short has obviously been very popular. This, I didn't realize, I don't really look at figures and stuff. This, expecting your autistic partner to mask takes a devastating toll. It's a short I did recently. Apparently a lot of people are commenting on it. So that's cool. Yeah, some people get really crazy about analytics and stats and stuff. I mean, I get it, but who cares? I mean, like, I just want people to be able to watch stuff and like it. And if that means doing stuff that, you know, is different, then that's what I do. So someone's written, if you said what you honestly thought 24/7, then no one would like you and you'd live and die alone. Okay. Lying is a natural part of life. People lie to protect others and themselves. Well, disagree. So no worries. I mean, if you put it this way, if you had to go to like a court of law or something, are you compelled to lie or tell the truth? And why is that? What's doing the right thing? That's right, telling the truth. Comment about you are an internalized ableist. I'm not ableist to others, only to myself. Hey, that's totally true. Late diagnosed autistic people are more ableist to themselves than others, absolutely. But that's kind of ableist to others because I hold myself to much higher standards, 1,000%. Totally get it. This is a comment on my new video, the monotropism, the autism explained differently. Orion, I just wanted to let you know what a lifeline your channel has been since my autism SPD diagnosis 2 years ago at age 60. Thank you so much for all the wonderful knowledge you've shared. In return, here's something back. I recently discovered barefoot shoes, otherwise known as zero drop or minimalist shoes. I've always been visually impaired and thought that caused my horrible balance, but it turns out I have proprioceptive issues. I always get that word bad. Suddenly wearing barefoot shoes, my balance and proprioceptive sense are damn near normal. I asked my godson to put his autistic daughter in simple, flat, thin-soled water shoes as an experiment, and suddenly her walking improved hugely. The feedback through my feet, all the difference in the world. Okay. Right. Cool. Or just let them work bare feet. I'm not reading this out loud again, aren't I? Hang on. I don't know who I'm telling hang on to, by the way. Is it you or is it me? I think it's me. I'm saying, hang on, I'm not prepared to do what you're trying to tell me to do. So shut up. I'm reading. And I'm ticking and liking, which is fantastic. Oh, okay. This has probably more become a video of watching Orion quietly read comments and like them or not like them to get through the comments and provide some sort of interaction with you guys for taking the time to comment video. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay. So what do we got here? The 10 things you need to know about your autistic partner video I did, I think, like 2 weeks ago. And this is a comment from Christine. My love language with my partner and his cues when it works. Texting works. Standing operating procedure at times. So what's happening here? The partners can say, I do not mind you reinforcing your things, thoughts in text. I encourage it. It helps you to do the same as well. And then her part. Then obviously Christine, to her partner, she'll like, hugs and affection. I love you, those kind of things. Puts hugs. I absolutely adore this man. I'm a neurotypical woman. He's a beautiful autistic man. Fantastic. Awesome. So some people are taking that test on the monotropism video and freaking out. Like, I think my medication and regular therapy brought my score to a 177. I don't have as much anxiety or like looping thoughts, ruminations. Yeah, you don't need to stress about that, right? Number one, it is not a approved test. It's in peer review. It's a test for monotropism, not autism, those kind of things. If you have medications that help you with anxiety and different things, number one, good on you. I take medication for anxiety. But I think you can still answer the question in your mind on the premise that, well, why are you taking the medication, right? So is it because, but I get what you're saying. Don't stress that kind of stuff. Shannon, again, expecting your autistic partner to mask takes a toll as it's on that short. I really appreciate you and your content. It really helps me understand what my husband goes through every single day, so thank you. Well, thank you for being a great person, a great partner. Okay. A comment on another one of those navigating a neurodiverse marriage videos with my wife. To say that the compatibility of the autistic brain and the neurotypical brain isn't something that should come into consideration doesn't make a lick of sense to me. It's the main reason most people are even watching this video. Most of us are struggling over this exact point. So you've missed. Okay, fair enough. I'll like it. You've missed the entire point. So if my wife or I said it doesn't come into consideration, what we mean is love, right? So your neurotype or your race, your background, that shouldn't come into play, into consideration with love. And of course, the point of the video and why people are watching the video is because they have fallen in love potentially with a person of a different neurotype, so neurotypical, neurodivergent, and therefore they want some advice from someone like me and my wife on how to navigate it. So in us saying your neurotype shouldn't come into consideration has no relevance to that relationships can work and here's how, because love is love. So I don't understand that comment at all. I appreciate it. I just don't understand it. Oh, God, take a breath. I'm not talking again. It sounded so good in my head too. It's my humble apologies. That's my way. I say that to my wife all the time. That's my way of apologizing when I don't really want to apologize. I had to answer yes to the question about I can get quite good at something even if I'm not especially interested in it because I feel a real need to learn how to do it whatever it may be. I can get a bit obsessive learning how to do it even if I'm not physically capable. It's having the knowledge that's important to me, though there are limits, of course. That's a good thought on the monotropism quiz. Cool. I'm with you. I have so much in common, it's shocking. I just resigned this summer, but I was a voice performer for my hobby. By the way, there's a comic book that I just recently found featuring an autistic, empathic main character. Its title translating to English is How Me and My Max Empathy Level Magical Beast Pals Built a Fantasy World Kingdom. I'm not very far into it as the app I'm reading on it lets me only read one episode for free per day. That's cool. That's funny. I feel like I was doing so well, but I'm really not. I'm really not. Hi, Orion. Thanks for bringing the subject into light. This is monotropism. I've learned about monotropism a few months ago, and it makes a lot of sense. As intense as learning of double empathy, I scored really high. I wish I can translate the insights to friends, family, and workplace. It helps explaining what I had a really hard time conveying. One should not have to have, this is another comment, one should not have to have a serious mental health crisis to receive an autism assessment. Proper training, as Orion said. The health professionals should include watching videos created by autistic people as part of their professional development. Damn straight. And I say only mine, on repeat every day, with the inability to comment. Okay. I feel like I was doing so well, but I'm yeah, so many to go. No, not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'm done. Can't do any more. See, there's more. Let's just log out. It just makes, and I'll do more later, I guess. Let's just log out. Ideas for you. No, I don't want to do that. So the bloody YouTube the pop-up boxes with different things, and I read, well, what's this week at YouTube? What's this week at YouTube? Try a trend. What trend? I don't want, just log out, mate. Close the window, mate. Click it. Click it. All right. This concludes my nothing video on you, basically just watching me read comments. And that's it. That's it, my friends. How good. Join me again for another episode of Orion Reads Comments, Gets Overwhelmed, and Loses the Ability to Live. I'm fine. I'm going. Goodbye.